Welcome to another Friday night. This is On Fire Family, and this is Happy Hour. Cheers.
Cheers.
Yo ho ho, and a bottle of rum. Hoist the mainsail, here I come. Ain't no room on board for the ensign sea. You're my witness, I'm your mutiny.
Well, we have failed you once again. We are joining you without cocktails. It is morning here in Chicago.
Friday morning.
Where we are. It is Friday morning, but we thought we don't know that we'll have as scenic a backdrop later this evening when we do crack cocktails than the Chicago skyline behind us. So this is what you get today. We've got coffee, we've got tea, and let's give you an update. We have
It's been a while.
It's been a while, and we've been on the move. So. We think we left you off in Grand Haven, which we spent a week there, and we've been kind of on the move ever since. So from Grand Haven, we went to South Haven
For one night.
which is a port that we had visited before, similar to Grand Haven, but felt like we didn't spend enough time there the first time.
Or the second. So we ended up going back by car.
Yeah. But a nice peaceful night in the marina, a nice meal. And
Yeah, so they have a cute little downtown area, but then they have another closer to the harbor area, which is kind of like Fishtown and Leland. You know, it has the older buildings, and it had a riverboat that you could eat on, and so it felt like two different cool sections of South Haven.
Yeah. And then the next morning, onward to St. Joseph and Benton Harbor at a really nice facility there. Completely different experience than the first time we were in St. Joseph. If you remember the first time we were in St. Joseph, we tied up at the free wall downtown. We couldn't find accommodations anywhere, and we had swells coming in off of Lake Michigan.
Directly onto us.
The worst night we have spent anywhere on the boat. Just a gnarly wall that we were worried about scratching the boat up and losing fenders and things. But this time, totally different experience. We were at kind of a resort hotel and got access to their pool and hot tub, just right
Indoor pool and hot tub, outdoor pool and hot tub, tiki bar by the pool, outdoor pool.
right off our bow.
Yes, it was amazing.
Yeah.
And so we had only planned on staying also one night there and then heading to New Buffalo, but it was so nice, and my mom and nephew were on their way
To visit.
from the Pacific Northwest to visit, and so we thought, this is a sweet place, and we knew that weather was coming, so having an indoor pool during the rainy times would be amazing, and it was, and fun was had by all, because our nephew is the same age as our son, and they're two peas in a pod. Shout out to Riley. And so we just had a fantastic time. We ended up staying 5 days. It was so good.
Yeah.
And we had the first day there was a big day for us.
Yeah, so if you don't know, in Benton Harbor there is Wolf's Marine, which is like a candy store for boaters. It is a full city block of reasonably priced marine gear and consignment items. So used boat parts, all kinds of stuff, like everything you would ever dream that you would need. And so, and the owner, Warren, was just amazing. We had a pretty big order to get there on bikes or by foot and or Uber. And so he just loaded us up with our stuff in his truck and drove us right back to the marina, which is only a mile away, but it was a super nice gesture and very much appreciated. So shout out to Warren. Much appreciated. I went back every single day they were open and shopped, and I found something new that I needed or didn't know that I needed every day that we were there. So Wolf's Marine, definitely on your loop if you need anything for your boat, right there.
So lots of swimming, and then with the whole family and extended family, we ended up driving to South Haven the next day because my mom had a rental car, and that was nice. And so we visited both sections of South Haven that I had mentioned, and the Michigan Maritime Museum, which is a lot of fun, indoor and outdoor stuff.
Very awesome. Lots of cool boats and really well done exhibits. So stuff for the kids to do, activities, interactive things, and then just some really stellar boats. They do boat tours out of there on a few different styles of boats. So you don't. It's not just a static museum. You actually get to see them. We actually saw them when we were tied up at the marina there, sailing or motoring by, which was really cool. So that was a lot of fun. Spent a lot of time there, and then just kind of walked through town, and we hit a distillery that was there, and a brewery, and the kids went off to the candy store and just walked the main strip again, which was fun.
Fun was had by all.
Yeah. And then
More days in Benton Harbor, and then we had to say goodbye.
Say goodbye to our family, and then a big crossing to get here to Chicago.
Yeah.
We were waiting on a good weather window, and we got that the morning that they left. So they had a flight to catch, so they were up at 5, and so we were up at 5. And so we got started at sunrise, first light, maybe just a bit before.
Yeah, earliest start, I think.
With our crossing, and when we crossed over across this tip of Lake Michigan, we were crossing from Chicago to Michigan City, Indiana, and that was a shorter crossing. This, because we started a little further north, was a longer crossing. This was like an 8-hour day, and from St. Joseph to Burnham Harbor here in Chicago. The first hour or so was a little bit rough, but it smoothed out after that. Winds died down, and it was kind of fun.
We took turns napping and just looking at the beautiful blue water, and you could actually see the Chicago skyline about 4.5 hours away.
Yeah, so it slowly emerged out of the haze as we got closer and closer.
Yeah.
And then the haze kind of burned off, and it was a clear, beautiful day when we got here. And then we gave the kids kind of a choice. We've been to Chicago before. We spent a week here on our way up this way. And so we said, what things do you want to see? What do you want to repeat?
What do you want to repeat? Yeah.
And so Shed Aquarium was the thing that they wanted to do again. So
Which is in walking distance. It's like
just right
15
over
minutes away.
And so we went to Shed Aquarium again and had another great day. We saw the Bean again. Our son wanted to go see Cloud Gate in Millennium Park. And we just kind of enjoyed, and a little bit low-key of a visit. We weren't just, conquering every museum we could see. And so it was nice. And it's nice to come back to a place you've been before, because it feels a little more comfortable. You kind of know what to expect.
First night we had deep dish in Chicago one more time, and then we took advantage of being in a big city to finally have Asian food after 2 months. So that was my big thing. And so something for everybody.
Yeah, and so this morning we head out. Feels like an inflection point in our loop. We've spent the last 3 months here on Lake Michigan, and it's time to enter the river system, where we'll be for the entire fall. So a couple months of descending the rivers. So this morning we'll depart Burnham Harbor, head north through the Chicago River, right through downtown, which we're all looking forward to.
And but this time he'll be piloting.
Right, so no sightseeing from the bow. This will be maybe a little more dicey. I don't know when the architectural tours and water taxis get going, but I suspect it's not this early. So,
and it's the fall.
Not too much traffic, but we'll see. We've got one lock to get through to get into the Chicago River, one bridge to open, the Amtrak bridge on the other end of downtown, and then it should be pretty smooth sailing to Lockport Lock. So one lock, big lock today, and then tie up at the Joliet Free Wall in Joliet, Illinois. And that's where we will spend the night tonight. So we thought we'd film this now while we have this beautiful skyline behind us rather than Joliet. But we look forward to cocktails at the end of this day. And we appreciate you joining us for another happy hour. Cheers.
All right, cheers.